All right, starting in plank from our forearms, getting set, shoulders above the elbows. We're going to do some up downs. Just walking up to the hands. The key to this one is making sure your hands come underneath the shoulders. Where people struggle with this is the hands are away from the body. Again, you want to keep everything kind of underneath you, just like a table or a solid surface would be for stability. Then on your legs, your shoulder width apart, maybe slightly wider, and you got some good tension in your toes, especially your big toe as you pop up here. So depending on the time of day you do this, it can be a little more challenging in the morning or after a long day. But complete these reps, good tension. It's a really good beginning exercise here. Not easy, but a good one to start with. Feet come close together, solid position. We're going to get set up here. Knee sweep. So we're going cross and over, then right into a straight knee to elbow. I like this combo again. This is a lot of time to be on the arms. So if it's challenging, just breathe through it. Take a pause if you need to. We're just going to do a few reps here. Again, cross. I'm trying to kiss both elbows and then drive the knees straight in. So we're building tension. I don't do a lot of crunches or sit-ups, but I do a lot of these. I think it's a good contraction, a good way to add in the shoulders and chest to these movements. Very functional. Sliding over to your back, seated position. It's always good to make sure you're extending fully through your heels, okay, when you do movements like this, so let long in the legs. I'm doing sort of a reaching sit-up, sort of a no momentum sit-up. Hands stay tight to the body. Not even really tight, just more like tracing the body as I come up. The focus as I rise is not creating a lot of momentum, just sitting through it, which is why my hands are actively reaching down the legs and towards the feet. And the feet or the heels reach away as I sit up. There's just a little, you can see them drag a little bit along the mat. So you're going to experience some movement here. Smooth and steady. You're exhaling as you rise, and there's a slight inhale as you're coming up. Transition over onto the side. You can get that elbow forearm underneath you. It may feel kind of bunched up when you start, but as you press, like right there, I'm in proper position. Okay, so here, doing a few reps, a few hip lifts. I like to keep that top hand on my core. I like to feel those muscles work. So I get in there with the fingers, feel those obliques, those side crunches. Solid side plank position. Again, adjusting other side. Don't want to go to failure here. I like to just build. For some people, 10 is enough. This can be a very challenging movement. When you're first beginning, it can be sort of an easier one. Once you've done a lot of them, or more, if you're at your ideal body weight, it definitely is much easier. Here we're pressing again through that forearm. The navel is flexed to the spine. Okay, so I'm contracted, and then we're working the obliques here. All the little muscles throughout the rib cage area, and the bottom leg is always super tight and straight, locked in through the knee. Finishing, we're going to go over to the back. So we're trying to transition here between planking core type positions to these supine, relaxed sort of positions. Here we're going to do a supine bridge. So I'm pressing through my heels, toes are driving up. So I'm trying to dig those heels into that surface to lift up, keeping my head on the mat, reaching my hands away, and just flexing through the glutes, hamstrings, a little bit of calf flex. Solid position. Now we're going to bring everything in a little bit. Similar position. I'm going to hit some glute bridges. I'm pulling slight push away. Okay, I'm really grounded in that foot, and I'm reaching the other foot towards the sky. So we're flexing through the hamstring and glute. As you transition, hips will drop down again, restart. We're working up again. Good pull through the heel. All right, so the heel digs, right? You want to pull, not push away. Pulling to lift. It's a very similar effect as like a leg curl machine. Very, very similar. We're going to go into some leg raises. Sometimes they just transition to what feels right and play around with positions. Here my hands are up. Your hands could also be under your hips. I find it's just a little more, there's a little more instability here, so I've got to work on balance and, a little bit of coordination. You can do hands behind the head too. That's very effective. Again, you want to just make sure that chin is tucked down. You're looking down your body when you do these. Active feet, active ankles. And everything is an accumulation here in the circuit, so there may be some fatigue setting in, and just do a few reps, and we'll finish you off.